After your bike is unlocked, you're free to ride around Topeka wherever you choose. And when you're done, you can eventually park your bike at one of the 10 locations throughout the city. It certainly has not been a white Christmas, but instead a warm, windy, and rainy one. 13 Chief Meteorologist Jeremy Goodwin is in the Weather Center to let us know if that will be continuing and what we have in store for the last week of 2016. Can you believe it, Jeremy? Jace, we saw the sun finally come out today, and it brought some heat with it, and it felt really good. Welcome back. Well, it seems like there's a contest for just about anything these days. Today, it was to see who's the best grocery bagger in Minnesota. The Minnesota Grocers Association held the contest at the Mall of America. He won this. He will go to Las Vegas to represent Minnesota in the national championship. I didn't even know that that existed, but you learn something new every day.
I just love that.
This is a cool one.
I just love that attitude is a criteria.
Attitude is a criteria. You have to smile.
You've got to smile.
Yeah, customer service is all about smiling and being friendly.
Exactly.
So I understand that. This is where all the mites are coming from oak trees that you can find anywhere here in Shawnee County. I might regret standing under this later, but it's worth it to show everyone here. Hi, Melissa. Well, I am very excited to share that the pumpkin pies are here. As you can see, they smell so good. It's really hard not to dig in right now, but they're being sliced right behind me, getting ready for tomorrow's community Thanksgiving dinner. Melissa and Ralph, Senator Sanders is eyeing Kansas in hopes to add the state to his win column. He was in Kansas City already last Wednesday, and tonight he's here at the Douglas County Fairgrounds in Lawrence, hoping to appeal to people before the caucuses on Saturday. Well, if you've waited until the last minute to order packages online, you could be a little bit too late, but for some people, it is their job to make sure that you get presents on time. Ralph, it's been nearly 5 hours since Shawnee County Sheriff's Office arrived to this home at 420 Southeast Rice Road in East Topeka. Behind me, sheriff's deputies are still on the scene trying to investigate what led to a man's death inside of the home here tonight. Topeka police officers are no stranger to focusing their jobs in the face of injury to a colleague. 3 TPD officers have been killed in the line of duty in the past 4 years. And with the killings of 2 officers in Des Moines last week, many emotions were running high. Frequent moviegoers, Red Robin diners, and tall grass patients have noticed construction going on at this giant building for over the past year now. It's called the Healthcare Resort of Topeka, located right off of Southwest 6th Avenue, and employees say they're anxious to officially open on August 1st. The joy on Braxton's face tonight was truly incomparable. Walking Rosie around the show arena for the costume parade, they matched as Army soldiers who ironically went missing in action. Like many universities throughout Kansas, KU provides a helpful tool for students. If they're ever feeling unsafe for any reason, they can come to one of the 72 emergency phones that you can find throughout campus. All they have to do is hit this red help button, and every time a campus police officer will respond. When you were doing your campaign and people were coming up to you, what were some of the things that they want to see in the next 4 years?
You know, one of the things that they were saying is what's broken.
Thousands of people are out here at the State House waiting to hear Franklin Graham speak. Right now they're jamming out to some music behind me. I'll let Eric pan and show everything that's going on. And for anybody that's coming for the first time, I recommend to bring some earplugs. I should have grabbed those out the door today. The Kansas Jayhawks trying to keep their dancing shoes on as they took on UConn in the second round of the NCAA tournament game tonight. And 13 Sports' Chris Lilly is live at Wells Fargo Arena. KU's Lucky Charm back in action. Chris. Mary Jane Oberhelman told me many stories this evening about the progression of her town, her experiences as the treasurer, and some fun stories about her family too. They were all there tonight to celebrate her 7-decade retirement and wish her an early happy 92nd birthday. The Democrats said that they will be using trained poll observers or poll agents at the polling places that they believe voters might run into problems and where they expect the highest voter turnout. Melissa, we can now confirm federal officers received information to search here at the Country Club Motel right behind me for 28-year-old Orlando Collins, who is wanted on a federal arrest warrant. We know that 3 federal officers were shot, but we're told they're all in stable condition. Authorities also say they found a body in the room from where Collins was shooting. I've heard that they have waived the midnight rule, meaning that lawmakers might be here into the early morning hours trying to get this passed. That does put a lot of pressure on the Senate as it will head their way. They are currently in their chamber, just kind of on standby at this point, waiting for the bill. If they do pass it, it will go to the governor's desk. And he said yesterday that this is something that he is willing to sign. And Ralph, this would mean the end of the session if it passes through both chambers. I do want to point out some of the damage left behind here at the Wiener's grocery store here in Silver Lake. It flew off off of the side and the roof when the high winds hit this afternoon. And earlier this evening when WIBW Doug Brown and I were driving through the area, we saw residents, we saw repair crews, business owners. They were all cleaning up what the storms had tore down. Every year, this memorial, which pays tribute to those who paid the ultimate sacrifice and those still serving our communities, is a day full of sorrow, gratitude, respect, and honor. One of the trees that you can find here at Half Day is the Eastern White. There's a lot of great qualities about it, but one of the most distinctive is that the needles here are very soft. It's a lot better to have if you have young children walking around the house. With the current jackpot as the 4th largest in Powerball history, it's no surprise just how much people are willing to spend for a chance at the golden ticket. There's really no escaping the heat out here today, especially on these turf fields. Employees say that when it gets to about 100 degrees outside like it is today, the ground can make it feel about 15 to 20 degrees hotter.
It's been a long time.
Mildred Collins was 20 years old when she put her firstborn daughter up for adoption.
I knew I couldn't afford.
She says it was something she had to do at the time, but never forgot how it felt.
Pretty tough. For all those years.
Mildred was under the impression it was a closed adoption all those years, but little did she know 1,000 miles away, her daughter Tamala was looking for her.
Yes, my girls really wanted me to search out.
Tamala says she's been blessed with a wonderful life in Florida, but since her adopted parents passed away nearly 20 years ago, wanted to find out where she came from.
Back in March, we all started the search. My husband, did a lot of searching on the computer and just was really my rock through this whole process.
Tamala's husband, Lynn, found a form online that helped locate Mildred.
He looked up the high school annual, found a picture of her, and he called me in and he said, "I think I found your mom."
It wasn't long after that moment, Tamala knew she had to meet her mom in person. A reunion 63 years in the making.
Yes, we did. Same here.
Her half-brother Jimmy recorded their first meeting back in October.
I look like you too. I look a lot. I feel sorry for you.
This time around, Tamala brought her entire family on the trip to meet the aunts, uncles, cousins, and grandmother they never knew they had.
It's wonderful for me to have my family here and for them to be able to meet everyone.
Filling the Collins and Garrett's Thanksgiving with more love and plenty to be thankful for.
She changed so many lives. My parents had tried for 12 years to have children and they couldn't. And her doing that blessed another family so much. And God saw a way for us to be reunited.
Someone up above was
That's
looking
right.
out for us.
That's right, exactly.
Carrie Larsen, 13 News.